they asked Caitlin Clark, hey, Caitlin, are there any player trades you like to make? Nah, I'm kind of set with my team, but I would like to trade coaches. I like it. I don't know what's gotten into Caitlin Clark. You are leaning into this bad guy role. I love it. I don't know what's gotten into you, Caitlin Clark, but you've been on some I don't give a F lately. I love it.
What happens when a championship coach ignites into a flamethrower armed with a clipboard? Absolute chaos, jaw-dropping drama, and enough side-eye to power a small city. Cheryl Reeve, the Minnesota Lynx's decorated head coach, just detonated a verbal nuclear on the WNBA's AllStar voting, targeting every coach, the Indiana Fever, and rookie phenom Caitlin Clark.
There was also quite a bit of bitterness coming from Team USA's coach Cheryl Reeves when she was asked pretty much any questions about Caitlin Clark. And she was asked if there was any second guessing from her on Caitlin Clark not making the team. And she very just spitefully says no. Doesn't elaborate on it, just says no.
For me? Yeah. No.
And it's funny to me how even she coached this game, because if you didn't think Caitlin Clark was the caliber of player that she is, then why would you feel the need to face guard her, to trap her, to...
This isn't just spicy, it's a 5-alarm inferno of pettiness. If you thought the WNBA was all layups and high fives, buckle up. We're diving into receipts, rage, and the most gloriously petty meltdown in basketball history. Before we expose the chaos, smash that like button if you live for WNBA drama. It fuels our coverage.
I just finished watching the All-Star selection. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Caitlin Clark is a menace, man. She literally kicked Cheryl Reeves off the team. This is my team. I don't like yo, son. Cheryl Reeves, you asked for it. You asked for it. So now Sandy Brondello will be coaching Caitlin Clark's team, and Cheryl Reeves is going to be coaching the Fisa Collier's team. This is insane right here. And it's like, yo, Cheryl Reeves, I get it. You have the best record in the WNBA so far. You want as many plays as you can.
Cheryl Reeve isn't just any coach. She's a 4-time WNBA champion, Olympic gold medalist, and a legend known for icy composure. But when the All-Star reserves dropped, she morphed into a human flamethrower. Reeve publicly torched the voting process, calling it disappointing and hinting at injustice after her Lynx stars were overshadowed by the Indiana Fever's trio, Caitlin Clark, Aliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. Her rant wasn't criticism. It was a declaration of war.
Cheryl Reeve, man, she came out stated how not only herself, but her players were kind of upset about the coaches' votes for the reserves, for the All-Star. Now, the crazy thing about it is, she's going to be coaching Caitlin Clark's team. So, I don't know how that's going to work with her coming out and saying what she said. I mean, who knows?
Key angle. Reeves' fury wasn't about fairness. It was about power. For years, she dominated the WNBA's old guard system. Now, a rookie spotlight outshines her legacy, the shocking draft day betrayal. Then came the AllStar Draft, a masterclass in savage gameplay. Caitlin Clark, team captain, was set to be coached by Reeve until she dropped a nuclear option. I'll trade coaches.
Bruh, tell me y'all just saw Caitlin Clark destroy Cheryl Reeves on national TV. I know y'all saw free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke. Bruh, Caitlin Clark want all the smoke. Bruh, she just annihilated Cheryl Reeve on national television. I didn't see that.
In a move that broke the internet, Clark swapped Reeve to I.O. Wilson's squad for New York Liberty coach Sandy Brondello. The message? I don't want your energy near my team. Why, it's genius. Reeve had trashed Clark's Olympic snub weeks earlier, then mysteriously deleted tweets. Clark's trade was revenge served ice cold. No discussion, no apologies, just dominance.
The WNBA All-Star Draft was fun between Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier, the team captains, picking the players, picking the rosters. But the most interesting aspect was the coach swap, because Clark traded Cheryl Reeve, who was the coach of her team, or was to be the coach of her team, to Collier for Sandy Brondello, the coach of the New York Liberty. Of course, Reeve is Collier's head coach for the Minnesota Lynx, so that makes sense. But the drama is going to come from Reeve having previously been critical on social media about the amount of attention Clark received relative to the rest of
The secret fueling Reeve's rage. Beneath the surface, this fire had been brewing for months. The Commissioner's Cup humiliation. Weeks earlier, Reeve's Lynx got steamrolled 90-75 by Clark's Fever. Not a close loss, a public execution, where Clark dropped 18 points and 12 assists. The Olympic snub Shadow, Reeve, a Team USA advisor, faced rumors she influenced Clark's Paris omission. When Christine Brennan's book Attack Mode alleged Reeve dissed Clark's entitlement, tweets vanished overnight.
It's hilarious. And not only that, she traded her coach. So she was originally meant to play for Cheryl Reeve. You guys don't know who Cheryl Reeve? She was the Team USA coach who basically has said a bunch of negative things on social media about Caitlin Clark, who had like a bad write-up in Christine Brennan's book, then deleted all the tweets and she deleted a bunch of tweets, said the tweets never existed in the first place, and basically basically is now saying Christine Brennan is a
Coincidence? The fan revolt. Lynx games now drown in boos when Reeve appears. In Indiana, she's public enemy 1. The real reason AllStar votes triggered Reeve. Reeve framed this as basketball integrity, but let's expose the truth. Popularity, pedigree. Clark's Fever jerseys outsell the entire Lynx roster. Attendance doubled in cities she visits. The system fallacy. Reeve built a career on rigid, old school ball. Clark represents flashy, viral hoops, logo threes, no-look dimes, and Gen Z fans Reeve can't connect with.
Names are there, they're there. There's nothing no crying and whining is going to do about it. The same way you didn't give two shits about Caitlin Clark's fan base and all that, don't nobody give two shits about your crying. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you're coaching Caitlin Clark team. I don't understand why you had to make it a big deal and say, oh, well, this team's below us to have more plays and us, and it's disappointing. And like, what are you talking about? Like, you already kept her off the Olympics. Now you're going to complain about her having more teammates than your plays on the court. This team. Embarrassing.
The bitter math. Minnesota's 16-7 record should mean all-star love, but fans vote for moments, not spreadsheets. And Clark? She's a walking highlight reel. Reeve's outrage reeks of double standards. 2017, when Maya Moore made All-Star as a Lynx rookie, Reeve called it deserved. 2024, Clark's selection? A circus. The silent truth. If Minnesota had 3 All-Stars, Reeve's press conference would have been a victory parade. The battle lines are drawn. This isn't just Cheryl Reeve versus Caitlin Clark. It's a generational war for the WNBA's identity.
Being the coach of Team USA that Caitlin Clark was so famously snubbed from. Of course, Reeve wasn't a part of the official committee, but, some may believe she had some say in how all that went down. Regardless, the picking between the players was a lot of fun, and Caitlin Clark also wound up with all of the Fever members on her squad as well, meaning Aliyah Boston, Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell will be a trio in Indianapolis.
On one side, tradition, hierarchy, and the right way. On the other, evolution, star power, and survival in the attention economy. The All-Star vote wasn't a snub, it was a cultural detonation. The old guard, Reeve's purist manifesto. Respect the hierarchy. Stats over stardom. Reeve's fury represents a vanishing era where meritocracy rules. Seasons of grind, viral moments. A 10-year veteran deserves recognition over a record-breaking rookie. System over stardom. Teams win titles, not ball hogs, taking logo threes. Reeve's past criticism of Clark's style. Silent leadership. Coaches command respect. Players don't challenge decisions, like Clark's Olympic snub. Tradition as armor. Reeve's 4 titles and Team USA pedigree are her shields against hype. The unspoken fear. If Clark's fame outweighs Reeve's legacy, what's left for the architect of the old WNBA? 2. The new era. Clark's rebellion. Grow the game. Fans drive the bus. Clark's rise embodies a revolution. Democratized stardom. 55% of her All-Star votes came from Gen Z, fans who've never watched a Lynx game. Viral justice. Her 41-foot buzzer beaters get 18M views. Reeves' motion offense breakdowns get 18K. Player empowerment. Trading coaches wasn't petty. It was asserting control in a league where stars were once voiceless. Economic survival. Clark's jersey outsold every other WNBA player combined in May. No Clark? No $25 million media deals. The nuclear truth. Reeve built the league. Clark saved it. 3. The fallout. Numbers don't lie. The data reveals a league split in two. Metric Clark's World Fever. Reeves' World Lynx. 2024 viewership 1.92M average. ABC/ESPN. 402K average league pass. Social mentions 2.1M Clark alone. 84K Lynx team. Ticket demand 350% spike. Road games, 12% decline. Sponsor interest, 18 new brand deals, 2 renewals. Reeves' white noise problem. Her complaints trended for 9 hours. Clark's 25-point game trended for 3 days. 4. Behind the curtain, the real power struggle. 1. The ownership war. Old money, Lynx owners Glenn Taylor, made fortunes in lumber and real estate, prioritized stability. New money, Fever owners Herb Simon, built empires in tech investments, demand exponential growth. 2. The silent players mutiny. Veteran all-stars privately resent Clark's coverage, but won't protest. Why? Salary impact. League revenue up 82% YTD. 2025 cap may finally let stars earn $500,000 plus. Endorsement trickle. Dejonai Carrington, Sun Guard, gained 200K IG followers after trash-talking Clark. 3. The broadcaster trail. ESPN cut Lynx national games from 12 to 3, replacing them with Fever matchups. Execs told producers, camera stays on Clark, even during timeouts. V. The global ripple effect. This conflict echoes beyond the WNBA. Soccer's parallel. Ada Hagerberg, Ballon d'Or winner, boycotted World Cup over pay disparity, then watched USWNE leverage their stardom for equal pay. Tennis warning. The WTA nearly bankrupted, ignoring Serena's marketability to appease tennis purists. Clark's unspoken advantage. Gen Z sees her as a LeBron of gender equity, an athlete forcing a broken system to pay women their worth. 6. Reed versus reality. The coach's costly blind spot. Reeves' fatal miscalculation. Fighting fans instead of leveraging them. 2013 to 2017. Her Lynx Dynasty won titles in near-empty arenas. 2024. She calls sold-out Fever games a circus, alienating the fans who fund salaries. The irony. Reeves' coaching tree, Derek Fisher, James Wade, now study Clark's film to learn engagement offense. The viral tipping point. When a fan yelled, "Let the girls play," during Reeves' AllStar rant, it got 4x more likes than her entire Twitter feed. 7. The future. Can a league survive its split personality? 2 paths emerge. Path A. The Reeve compromise. Veterans get legacy all-star spots. Rookies earn media attention. Result. A noble bankrupt league. Path B. The Clark catalyst. AllStar votes tied to jersey sales. Schedule set by TikTok demand. Result. A commercial giant that rewrites sports economics. The inevitable. 11 teams are already designing Clark effect strategies, including Minnesota. Epilogue. The war's first casualty. The tragedy isn't Reeves' frustration, it's her missed opportunity. In 2015, she called Steph Curry's rise a gimmick. Now, the Warriors are worth $7 billion. Her 2024 rant against Clark may be remembered as the moment the WNBA's old guard chose pride over progress. As the All-Star game approaches, watch the crowd. Team Reeve, polite applause from lifelong fans. Team Clark, deafening roars from a generation that never knew a WNBA without her. The verdict is in. White noise fades. Roars reshape empires. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis isn't just an exhibition, it's a cosmic collision of narratives, personalities, and basketball ideologies. At its heart lies a delicious, multi-layered irony. Cheryl Reeve, the architect of Team USA's Olympic snub of Caitlin Clark, now finds herself coaching against Clark in the rookie's adopted hometown, while Clark helms a squad radiating organic chemistry against Reeve's collection of basketball royalty bound by obligation over affinity. This isn't just a game, it's a theatrical masterpiece, exposing the soul of modern women's basketball. Part 1. The stage is set Indianapolis as Coliseum, the Fever's fortress. Gamebridge Fieldhouse isn't merely an arena, it's the beating heart of Clark mania. Since Clark's arrival, every game feels like a state holiday. For Reeve, stepping onto this court is entering hostile territory unlike any in her storied career. The energy won't just be loud, it will be personal. Expect coordinated boos during introductions. "We want Caitlin," chants echoing during Reeve's timeouts, and a tidal wave of adoration drowning out any Lynx-affiliated moment. This environment transforms Reeve from respected champion coach into the ultimate villain, a WWE-style antagonist the crowd pays to see vanquished. Reeve's unwelcome mat. The symbolism is crushing. Reeve, who once subtly questioned the league's focus on one player, hashtag the Wismarethanone player, now finds herself the singular focus of 18,000 plus fans' disdain. Because of that player, her Olympic decisions, her past social media jabs, and her perceived resistance to the Clark-driven new era culminate in this walk to the visitor's bench under a cascade of noise. It's a pressure cooker designed to expose any crack in her legendary composure. Part 2, Team Chosen Family, Clark's Organic Collective. Caitlin Clark didn't just draft a team. She curated a sanctuary of trust, familiarity, and shared vision. The Fever Foundation, picking Aliyah Boston #1, overall wasn't strategy. It was instinct. It signaled that above all MVPs, Wilson, or scoring champs, Ionescu, loyalty and daily grind mattered most. Boston is Clark's anchor, the defensive rock who allows Clark's audacious creativity to flourish. Kelsey Mitchell is the embodiment of resilience, the veteran who endured lean fever years, and now reaps the rewards alongside Clark. Their on-court telepathy, forged through countless practices and battles, is the bedrock. The strategic soulmates. Sabrina Ionescu wasn't just the next best guard. She's Clark's oracle. Clark watched Ionescu redefine triple-doubles in college. Ionescu watched Clark shatter her records. Their mutual respect runs deep. Io Wilson is the ultimate luxury. The MVP talent whose South Carolina connection with Boston creates an instant, terrifying front-court synergy. Satu Sabali brings versatile scoring and a touch of mercury fire. The rookie refuge, selecting Mystics rookie Sonia Citron, Clark's former AAU teammate. And Kiki Iriffin wasn't charity. It was building a bridge. Clark, just a year removed from her own rookie whirlwind, understands their journey. Citron's Notre Dame pedigree and Iriffin's USC dominance suggest immediate impact potential in an all-star setting hungry for highlights. The liberated veterans, Gabby Williams, Seattle, and Kayla Thornton, Golden State, represent players thriving outside the traditional superstar spotlight. Williams, long a star internationally, finally gets her WNBA All-Star due. Thornton, the 10-year veteran and UTEP product, is the ultimate underdog story. Clark choosing them feels like validation for diverse paths to excellence. Jackie Young, Aces, is a silent assassin, the perfect complementary star. Brondello, the perfect consigliere. Trading for Sandy Brondello wasn't just dodging Reeve, it was securing the ideal conductor. Brondello's calm, player-centered approach, especially with guards like Ionescu, contrasts sharply with Reeve's intensity. Her Liberty team plays aesthetically pleasing, up-tempo ball, a perfect match for Clark's ethos. She's the anti-Reeve, embracing the new wave, not resisting it. Part 3, Team Force Marriage, Reeve's coalition of circumstance. Nafisa Collier's team reads like a who's who of the WNBA elite, but the connections often feel contractual, not heartfelt. The Unrivaled Obligation, Collier, co-founder of the Unrivaled 3x3 League, drafted like its CEO. Brianna Stewart, co-founder, Alicia Gray, Courtney Williams, and Skylar Diggins are all unrivaled partners. While talented, this feels less like drafting the best fit and more like fulfilling an unspoken duty to the brand. The synergy exists, but it's corporate, not organic. The Yukon diaspora, Collier, Yukon, grabbing Stewart, Yukon, and Paige Bucher's Yukon taps into powerful Huskies alumni network. While shared college experience creates bonds, it also risks feeling insular, a nod to the old guard network Clark's rise seemingly challenges. Does Collier see Buchers as the best available guard or as a fellow Husky? The coach-player dynamic. Courtney Williams is an all-star caliber guard, but her selection first among reserves by Collier screams Lynx loyalty. Reeve coaching Collier and Williams is the ultimate forced marriage. Their chemistry is real, but it's imposed on an entire team structure. Can Mike, Thomas, Plum, Howard, or Reeve seamlessly integrate into the Lynx-centric system Reeve will inevitably favor? The Angel Reese variable, Reese on Collier's team opposite Clark, is pure theater. Their rivalry is legendary, but here it's a subplot within Reeve's larger narrative. Does Reese become Reeve's weapon to physically disrupt Clark? Or Does her presence feel like an awkward transplant in a team theoretically built around Collier's inside-out game and Stewart's versatility? Reese's intensity is undeniable, but does it mesh or clash? Reeve, the demanded general. Coaching Team Collier isn't a choice Reeve made. It's the result of Clark's trade. She inherits a roster loaded with talent, but potentially lacking the cohesive spirit Clark cultivated. Her challenge is monumental. Forge unity from diverse stars, veterans like Agumike/Thomas, rivals like Reese/Clark, young phenoms like Buchers, under intense scrutiny, while battling the very force Clark she's been most publicly associated with resisting. Her trademark fire might be the glue, or it might be the spark that fractures a team of strangers. Part 4. The game within the game. Symbolism in action. Offensive philosophy. Team Clark will play with a joyful, fast-paced, risk-taking style that defines Clark, Ionescu, and Brondello's liberty. Expect deep threes, no-look passes, and transition fireworks. Its basketball is entertainment, fueled by genuine connection. Team Reeve will likely emphasize structure, defensive sets, and exploiting mismatches the right way. Basketball Reeve champions. Will fluid talent trump systematic execution? Defensive matchups. The Reese versus Boston/Wilson battle inside will be brutal. But watch Reeve's strategy on Clark. Will she deploy the relentless physical defense, perhaps using Gray or Thomas, that has sometimes flustered the rookie, turning the game into a statement? Can Clark's chosen family provide the screens and movement to free her? Leadership styles. Clark lead by infectious energy and audacious play. Her connection with her teammates is visibly relaxed, trusting. Reeve leads from the bench with intensity, demanding perfection. Collier leads by quiet example, which leadership ecosystem thrives under the bright lights and deafening noise. The crowd as six-man, every Clark assist, every Reeve scowl, will be amplified tenfold by the Indianapolis crowd. This energy will buoy Team Clark and could rattle Team Reeve's less familiar unit. Can Reeve's veterans, Diggins, Agumike, Thomas, use their experience to neutralize the environment, or will the pressure crack the forced marriage? The unspoken Olympic shadow. While Reeve wasn't selector, she coached the team Clark wasn't on. Team Collier features multiple Olympians, Stewart, Gray, Agumike. Team Clark has Wilson and Ionescu from Team USA, but also players like Boston, Mitchell, and the rookies who weren't there. This game, especially with Clark facing Reeve, feels like an alternate universe where Team WNBA, which Clark did lead to victory over Team USA in 2024, gets a glamorous rematch. Part 5. Beyond Indianapolis, what this clash truly means. The chosen family versus forced marriage narrative transcends one All-Star game. It encapsulates the WNBA's defining tension. Tradition versus revolution. Reeve represents the league's hard-fought foundation, built on system play, veteran respect, and gradual growth. Clark represents the explosive, fan-driven, star-powered revolution, demanding immediate attention and evolution. Indianapolis is their battlefield. Defining legitimacy. Is legitimacy earned solely through championships and years of service, Reeve, Collier, Stewart, or can it be forged through unprecedented cultural impact and redefined engagement, Clark, Ionescu, Wilson? The game's reception and the narrative it fuels will offer an answer. The future of fandom. Team Clark's appeal is visceral, drawing in millions who connect with personalities and style. Team Collier embodies elite, proven excellence. The league's future growth hinges on embracing both, but this game forces a stark, temporary choice upon viewers. Who will the casual fan gravitate towards? Player agency and empowerment. Clark trading her coach was an unprecedented power move. Building her team around trusted allies reflects a new era where stars shape their environment. Collier's choices reflect established networks and loyalties. Both are valid paths, but they represent fundamentally different approaches to player control in the modern WNBA. A league at a crossroads. This all-star game isn't just entertainment. It's a referendum. Will the league fully lean into the marketability and chaos of its new superstars and their organic connections? Or will it subtly reinforce the traditional hierarchies and systems that sustained it for decades? The energy in Gamebridge, the style of play, and the ultimate outcome will send ripples far beyond July 19th. The final whistle, more than just a game. The ultimate irony isn't just Reeve coaching against Clark in enemy territory. It's that the very forces Reeve's past comments seem to resist. The singular star power, the fan-driven narratives, the disruption of the old order, had conspired to place her in this impossible, high-stakes spotlight against the embodiment of that change. Her forced marriage team, a collection of champions and rivals bound by circumstance and obligation, faces Clark's chosen family, a unit radiating the authentic connections and joyful energy fueling the league's explosion. This is basketball as Shakespearean drama. It's legacy confronting destiny. It's the establishment battling the insurgency in the heart of the revolution. Whether Team Chosen Family's chemistry triumphs or Team Forced Marriage's raw talent prevails, the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis will be remembered not just for the highlights, but for the powerful, ironic, and utterly compelling story it told about a league forever changed. The echoes of Gamebridge Fieldhouse will resonate long after the final buzzer sounds. Mic drop moment. Cheryl Reeve wanted a war over respect. What she got was a reckoning. The WNBA isn't a closed-circuit gym anymore. It's a global spectacle where charisma trumps trophies and fans crown the kings. Reeve's meltdown wasn't advocacy. It was a sound of irrelevance knocking. As for Caitlin Clark, she didn't just trade a coach. She handed the league its future. If your Team Chaos dropped fire, in the comments, who won this war, Reeve or Clark? Subscribe and hit the bell. We break down WNBA drama daily.